let us know if there's no sound.
Hey, give us some thumbs up or hearts or something if you can hear us. That would be swell.
I got the notification.
Notifications are
So
on?
that's good.
Sweet. Someone will tell us something at some point.
Yes.
Alright.
Alright.
How would I go faster?
Okay, we'll go faster.
Because you guys been waiting for us.
Yeah.
I don't know what that notification was. Hey, William, can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up so that we know.
Let's see. I'll read it.
Hey, people can hear us. We love you.
There is sound.
Yay!
Yay!
Sorry, we don't know why the sound was off. I have no idea what button I pushed. I didn't unpush anything, so... Hi, welcome everybody.
Hello.
I'm sure it was really fun watching us pantomime an entire comic book review. Look at this.
Yeah.
So now, with less pantomiming ish.
We weren't actually pantomiming, it just looked like we were.
We have no future as mimes.
Speak for yourself.
If you got anything out of our review with no sound, that would be so cool. Alright, they were just watching us and going, funny girls! Alright. Image, Skybound, that we love, the redneck. Alright, Donny Cates writes really great West Texas books. And this one is no different. This is about vampires.
Yeah.
So when last we saw them, there was about to be a giant battle. The patriarch had done something that he didn't know about and was trying to verify whether he had done it in fact or not, and there's still that mystery kind of running through whether he has done the thing or not. But it turns out if you make a bunch of vampires mad, they have a hard time being unmad and will go on giant, like, destroying thingnesses. And that's what happens here.
Alright.
Don't mess with the vampire's cows.
I'll turn to...
Don't make this up. Talk to Donnie about it.
I'll turn to comics. Scrimshaw. Cyborgs, pirates, cutthroats, and mercs, and they're the good guys.
Are they actually the good guys?
Yeah, they're the good guys.
Oh my word.
Yes. The bad... So they steal this thing that's like... So it's supposed to be like the best high on Earth. And
But it's a creature.
yes. And so they steal it, right? But they're totally the good guys. Like, you can tell that already. Like, from the first one, that they're the good guys. But, you know, they haven't tried the thing yet, and it's the future, and everything has gone bad in the whole world, and they're the good guys.
And it's covered in water.
Yes, the ice caps melted, so you had to build walls or be really high up on mountains in order to be safe. So, like, New Orleans is probably wiped out. But it takes place in Tokyo.
Sweet! Alright, Exo Man of War. We're starting on the second major arc through the whole year of story arcs. And they all come in sets of 3. So this one is called General. When last we saw Arc, he'd been doing a great job at doing what the army has told him to do. And now he is actively hunting down the Cadmium president, who's in hiding in an impossible situation that no one else can find him. Of course, Ara can do this. And has a feeling, very distinct feeling, that the army that he's working for, he's conscripted to this army, by the way. He's not doing any of this stuff with his will involved. But it's something that happens in the book. You'll also agree with me, and there's something that's circumspect about that. Don't try that word at home. And the art is always is gorgeous, and there's something that happens on the last page that is very surprising, because he has not really used his armor at all, and that I think will continue despite the pretty picture on the front with it on. But I think that will continue the separating himself from his armor and trying to do things on his own. I don't think he really wants to war. He's just really good at it.
Beautiful canvas from Black Mask. So, what did I say her name was? I think it's Lon?
Mm-hmm.
It's Lon?
Yeah.
I think hired killer, and so she gets hired to kill someone. She does it, finds out, oh, they had a kid. Well, guess I'm now taking care of this kid, and then people immediately start coming after her and the kid. So
a reluctant mom. Love it. All right.
Cannot wait for more. It's so good.
All their stuff has been great.
Yes.
So. Albatross has come up with the issue number 3 of Nom Wolf that we love so much. The art is super trippy, and it happens during Vietnam. And the main character, the way he's drawn, is very funny, but he is a very serious character. He's got a big pointy nose. That's just part of his character. You love it when you've read the book. You think it's the best thing ever. But in the past, he's not been aware that he's turned into a werewolf.
That's right.
But it's very helpful if you're fighting bad guys in the jungle. Just saying. But the problem in this issue is that the government also figures that part out. Mm-hmm. So it's not very good for our main character. Pick it up. Hot book.
Clue from IDW. So, two murders happen in this book. One murder, you know exactly who the killer is.
Is one of them mine?
What?
I'm worried. No, it's not me.
No, it's not you.
It kind of looks like me.
Where?
The outline.
Oh, no. No, that's Mr. A Body.
How trippy would it be if someone were to make a comic book in which the murder was about you?
That'd be really, really... It'd be fun to read, but also not fun to read.
Scary!
So, super fun. The last 3 pages after, like, their background of the, IDW's, what books are coming out next and all that stuff, they have 3 more pages of an extra clue that you get. But depending on which cover you get and which version you get, they'll have different pages.
I love it!
It's kind of frustrating because now I want to go and find the other ones.
Go hunt them down.
Buy every copy in the store.
All of them?
Just kidding, I don't have money.
Alright, our friends across the pond at Titan Comics always make us the coolest things. This is part of their hard case stuff.
Yes.
So always real crime or imagined crime. It's just crime books. We love them. So this is the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. This is Millennium. So it follows the exact same storyline as the book does and the movie. And it's drawn wonderfully, and it doesn't leave out any of the violence or other graphic things that you come to expect from Elizabeth Salinger. So pick it up. It's also very, very thick, and it's only $5.99.
DC time?
Sure, why not?
Alright. Batman Elmer Fudd. Super, super good. So the first story is the main story, and it's just the one shot of Elmer Fudd. His girlfriend gets shot, and so now he has to find out who the killer is.
Never knew Elmer Fudd had a girlfriend.
Oh, he totally does in Gotham. And so he thinks back, and everything, and then he runs into Bugs, who is not a rabbit, is a person, but the Looney Tunes characters are people in this one, so they're human, and their nicknames are their animal names. So, like, Sylvester is a human that you wouldn't think would be Sylvester until he opens his mouth, and every single word that comes out of his mouth is
Sylvester?
Pure Sylvester. And then there's Batman. You throw Batman in the mix, and they're working together. But at first they weren't. But of course, that's every single time that Batman has to work with someone new. At first they don't get along, and then they get along. Of course. And then the second story is in the Looney Tunes cartoony artwork, and it's Bat season.
There's a super lot of buzz about this book. I have a feeling that one's going to
It's
disappear.
so good. So good.
It's a super cool concept, by the way.
I love it so much.
I mean,
I've loved every single one.
Someone was just sitting around one day in the boardroom and was like, you know what would be cool?
Yeah.
And it turns out they're right.
Yeah. There's also Jonah Hex and Yosemite Sam, but I was just like, we picked up so many books.
Yeah. That one's probably really cool too. Alright. Saga number 44. This one's super cool, trippy space odyssey in which you have two major races, those with wings and those that don't, and then a bunch of other creatures thrown in, like creatures with TV heads and those kind of things. But the main thing you need to know about these storylines always is that you have the winged and the horned are not supposed to be together, but your two main characters are, and they have a child together. And when last we saw them, they were traveling to a planet that will help the woman with the fact that her baby has passed inside of her, and so they need help getting the baby out, or it's going to make her very, very sick. And then their daughter has lots of questions about that, of course.
Action Comics.
Yes.
So, as you can tell on the cover, it's Batman versus the guys they're coming all together to fight him. But he's by himself, and they're all just ganging up on him. Totally not fair, right? This is Revenge Part 4 with Zod and I cannot remember the other guys' names. But Zod is the leader of the group, so...
Those poor guys, they're all either feelings hurt.
Well, I'm new to DC still, so...
That's true. You'll get there.
I'll get there. And Superman, he's still weak he's in a weakened state from their last fight. And, he's struggling. I don't think he can do it by himself.
Well, the storyline's called Revenge, so...
Yeah.
Is it Zod getting his revenge, do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, all of them are getting their revenge.
That's true. They've all been defeated by him in the past.
And Cyborg Superman is holding a personal vendetta as well.
No! Alright, Flash number 25, and you know what it means when you have a number like that, number 25. They always give you some extra stuff.
Yes.
So this is like a extra size anniversary issue for your pleasure. This is the part 1 of a new storyline called Running Scared. When last we saw Flash, he was dealing with the fact that Reverse Flash, Mr. Thrawn, had taken Iris and run away with her to somewhere where he doesn't know how to find them, except for to be on he decides he's going to get on the cosmic treadmill and go forward in time to the last time he saw. So, sorry, Thrawn drops him the hint in the last issue that he should find him where he saw him first. So he uses the cosmic treadmill to travel forward in time to go and see him again. And that's what this whole issue is about, is what does he see when he's there. So you get a lot of back history between the both of them and why Thrawn hates him a lot.
Suicide Squad! So, Rick Flag is dead, and now they have to find a new... I know, it's so sad. But then now they have to find a new leader for the Suicide Squad. And Katana wants it to be her, because she's the only one that's not a criminal. Her words. It's also true.
She likes to stabby people with her sword, though. I don't know.
I know, but
true.
she also protects Amanda Waller, and that's, a very valid
for
point.
that.
And Captain Boomerang wants it to be him, but because,
Mm-hmm.
that's just who he is. And Deadshot has his opinion about who it should be. And
I'm telling you, just like we discussed before, I think the most equal way to do this is to have pieces of paper that say, do you want me to be your leader, and check yes or no, and turn those in. It's the most fair.
Yeah, but Amanda Waller already has her choice at the end of this issue. So
well, I mean, it'll be obvious which one would be Harley's anyway, because she'd have like hearts on it.
Yeah.
It would give it away a little bit, so it wouldn't be
totally
a very
would.
secret ballot.
Yeah, it really wouldn't be very secret.
No. Secretness of it is just blown. Alright, and again I will admit that I read Radioactive Spider-Gwen, having not read any other Spider-Gwens before it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it a huge disservice to give you a review of it because I don't know anything about how these characters have been interacting for a long time, because many of them are not appearing in the main storyline that I've been reading very carefully. So, as you can see, the Wolverine shows up, which confuses the heck out of me because he's not in the main storyline. You got Old Man Logan in the main storyline, or you got, you know, X-23. So
over here.
Yeah. So it's a really cool book. I'm just really sad that I don't know why their interaction is going on the way it is right now. But it's got a lot of really funny lines. She has a smart mouth, kind of like Deadpool, but not dirty.
Yeah, yeah. Which is why I love Gwenpool so much, because then you take it to the next level, and it's...
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, Big Shot from Dark Horse. It's 1 of 5. So, this guy, what is his name? I can't remember his name. But the FBI opens up on the FBI, and they're saying he's a terrorist. Next page over is, intro with him, and he's kind of narrating this story as well, because it's his story to narrate. And he's saying, well, I'm not a terrorist, and here's my story. It's a long one. Here's my story. So he goes on to tell his story, and I really don't want to say anything else because it's so good, and I don't want to give
Very
anything
intriguing.
away.
I like this when you have two different opinions thrown at you.
Yeah.
It's not very fair that one of them gets more screen time to try to talk you into it, or not.
I don't know though, because it's like he's not convincing me very well.
Oh, I wonder what that means. It's a cross, double cross. Alright, Weapons of Mutant Destruction Part 2. This one started in Weapons of Mutant Destruction.
Yes.
Alpha, number 1.
Yes.
It's a lot of words.
It was
man.
WMD.
Totally
Alpha.
good book. Really, really good book. And that book, actually, if you've been reading any of the Totally Awesome Hulk or Weapon X, you know all of that stuff's been kind of bleeding into that storyline. So you have all of these heroes, including Amadeus Cho, who's the Hulk, and people like Domino, and a close-knit group. I think it's Old Man Logan, too. They're all, like, trying to stay away from these really crazy, like, cyborg things that are being sent after them by the Weapon X, like, scientists. Trying to capture them for the DNA would be really bad if they did, because then they can actually use it in the program itself, because they're trying desperately to make something stronger, better, more terrifying than Hulk. And I shudder to think that they'll actually be successful in this book. So this is part 2. You've got 3 more parts, I think, before a resolution of this to see if they've actually made something terrifying. And wouldn't that be cool if that one of these books showed up with a brand new character for you? So stay on top of it.
Yes. So, Secret Weapons from Valiant. So this one is a brand new, amazing, mind-blowing storyline that, oh my gosh. I can't remember what I said last time.
You have to say the same thing.
I know, but I don't want to miss anything, but I don't want to say too much. So, Livewire is going to be protecting these young Scients that, so there's this monster that is speaking in a language that nobody has heard it before, because they're all reacting like, who are you? What language is this? And the way it's written is just like vertical lines. In the
lines and dots. They actually had that on the back of another book.
Yes. Yes, they did. Mm-hmm. And, so we find the Scients, opens up with the Scients, and we just find them living by themselves. So each one individually, and then they come together. There's just 2 of them. There are 3, but only 2 of them are together at the moment. With Livewire, they're trying to get them all together to protect them from this monster that's coming after them.
And they don't know why.
They don't know why the monster's coming after them. You see, somebody has grown this monster and put technology into it, but Livewire can't find out anything about it, which is weird because that's exactly what her power is.
Yeah.
Is technology. So,
That's cool.
So, that's all I'm gonna say, because it's just amazing. Oh, and Eric
Heiserer, I know, it's a hard one. Eric Heiserer, I love his name.
Heiserer.
There's not that many rers. Can you get a vowel?
What?
Can you get a vowel?
I'd like to spin the wheel.
I'd like to spin the wheel. I'll take S's and R's. No, but he's the script writer for Arrival. So
Yes.
just know he's looking at this story with a very distinct eye of being able to write scripts for movies. So he's a very visual writer. And
So good.
the movie Arrival was mind-blowing, so
Yes.
I have a feeling we're going to get that same kind of cool
I
stuff from
wanted
him.
to read this one.
I know! It's like next time I will let you read it if you desire, The Defenders.
Oh.
Alright, Defenders number 2 drops this week. Super awesome, cool. It's our favorite 4 guys who like to get together.
Yes.
They're usually on the darker side of the city. You got Matt Murdock, who's always running around and trying to defend. Sometimes not on the right side.
No.
Certainly so in other books, in this one too. So you've got Daredevil and Luke Cage and Iron Fist and
Jessica Jones.
Everyone's favorite Jessica. When last we saw Luke Cage had been poisoned by Copperhead, and which is not an easy thing to do because you cannot pierce his skin, so he's done it in another way.
Yes.
And they've taken
I'm
Luke to the
curious.
Night Nurse. And so this is the kind of the rollout, them trying to hunt down and try to find Copperhead so they can figure out how they cure Luke before he dies, and other things going on behind the scenes. And as a matter of fact, the last page actually has an appearance of a character that you don't expect to see coming, and he doesn't show up in a good way, in a way that's good for our characters, by the way, at all.
X-23 and Venom together and enter the Venomverse. That's all I need to say.
This is true. I mean, seriously,
Um,
getting those two together is
well, and they have other friends. They have other friends. And that's important because, you know, Venom doesn't have friends that he
usually.
actually actively will help. And he does help them, so.
probably under her.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
But, you know.
As always, every week I pull everything that's related to Secret Empire because
Yes.
it is a secret hobby obsession of mine to know everything
It's not
that's
a
related to
secret.
it. Now everybody knows. It's horrible. Well,
You
Secret
say
would
it's
love all these things so much. Alright, so I told you I would always tell you when books tied in very directly and when they were kind of like side swipes. So if you
Just like in
don't need a side swipe, I will tell you. If you're reading the book because you already read that book, you're good.
and
Yeah.
all
I
the
try to get your money pointed at the thing you really, really need. Okay, so Occupy Avengers number 8 is a great, great book. It does tie into Secret Empire, but you don't need it. There's no major events that occur in this book that make it so that you have to have it to understand the stuff that goes on in the main storyline. But if you love your Occupy Avengers, you should definitely get that book. Alright, this one is an important tie-in, mostly because if you are reading anything Amazing Spider-Man, this is important mostly because you've got even more character development for this guy right here, which is the Superior Octopus, right? So this is where Otto Octavius is hanging out. He, like always, finds a way, even though he technically has no body, he's jumped into this clone, which is super cool because it has superpowers, strength, and all the cool things you like from Spider-Man. And he's got all his arms, and he's super smart still. So in this book, he's asking Peter for something very specific he thinks he is owed. And by the way, he works for Hydra.
Yes.
Yes.
Hence the thing.
Hence the hence the many arms.
They can't. No.
Makes perfect
no,
sense.
No, his stance is the
Oh, his stance is true.
the thing.
Is the power.
No, that's the Hail Hydra thing.
Is it double arms up? I haven't
Yes.
been paying attention. I haven't been hailing Hydra very well.
No, it's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, that's true. All right, all new Guardians of the Galaxy
movie.
Annual number 1. Okay, so this one's really cool. So this is
I'm just-
our heroes find themselves on the outside of the interplanetary shield.
Yes.
And they have been helping Captain Marvel try to fight off all the Chitauri invasions.
I wanted to read this one too.
Yeah. So they decide they're going to leave and go out and try to find somebody in the universe that will help them, probably not universe, in the galaxy, that will help Earth against the invasion / Hydra. But the problem is many people will like to turn them down because, I mean, really? Get between anybody and Earth is not very helpful to anyone else in the galaxy because there's only one of the Guardians are actually from Earth, so it's not like they're hurting their feelings. So this is a great adventure. They're actually out looking for something specific that they've been pointed to that can help bring down the shield.
Yes.
This adventure is really good, by the way.
Yes.
You will like it. And there's
and
lovely
Baby
fun
Groot.
stuff. It has Baby Groot. And he's still adorable.
Also, I Am Groot is out this week.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't pick up I Am Groot.
No.
All right, Mighty Captain Marvel. This goes pretty well with the Guardians of the Galaxy because this is also the same concept that they've been stuck just battling off wave after wave of Chitauri invasion.
Yes.
It kind of feels a little bit like if you guys are Battlestar Galactica fans, where every 33 minutes they have another wave of Centurions that come after them and they have to make another jump. Feels a lot like that, this issue. And they have an added problem of that she's been training these 3 young, super-powered individuals.
America's on the cover. Is she one of them?
Nope.
Okay.
And they decide to kind of like do their own thing, which is going to create trouble for everybody. All right. Secret Empire number 5's got lots of different storylines that are going on in here. Not too hard to follow. It's really well written and woven by Nick Spencer. Remember we saw the character that appears to be Steve Rogers, who has been in the woods tromping around trying to find his way back home. He's kind of teamed up with 2 other individuals. They're being hunted. And you also have storyline involving Black Widow and her troop of individuals that she's been training to assassinate Steve. You don't see any of those people in this issue. It's not addressing those, but she's actually been captured herself, and they're trying to interrogate her for the information, and she's not going to give up because she's been trained in the Red Room.
She's Black Widow.
Good try. And you're also going to meet some characters there's a last page reveal, and there's 2 pages from the last reveal of characters that you believe to be dead or gone, which will blow your mind. So don't miss this issue. You know, like there's some issues you're like, well, this is a nice, quiet, happy issue where Hydra's killing everybody and denying them food. This is not one of those. All those things do happen, but there's more extra stuff. All right, that's it. All right, so go find a comic book shop near you. Use comicshoplocator.com.
Yes.
If you don't know where they are, go find some books and buy them and enjoy them.
Yes.
See you guys later.
Hearts.